But like, we do have to look at ourselves. We're asking for these men. Are we worth these men? Most women, you guys could be like very different because obviously like nobody's overweight or obese here tonight. Shout out to y'all. But like a lot of women have that expectation of men, and they are not willing to femme up, and they should, because we constantly tell men to man up, but we never tell women to femme up. Because I think like that's like a complete, just like complete taking advantage, right? Like I think that men, if they have a bad time with a woman, I think it's completely acceptable that he just throws cash on the table and walks out, like pays for his half of the meal and doesn't pay for the whole thing. But men don't pay for a bad time with a woman either. So just be pleasant and be worthwhile. You know what I mean? Like, respect that a man is spending his resources for you on the date. But yeah, like this is what I meant at the beginning when I was like, I worry about these things. This sounds dysfunctional. Like, that's dysfunctional as hell. McNuggets?
Totally.
McNuggets.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Girl,
I never want to go on a date like that again. That was all.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So, as far as the whole like who asks thing, for those of you who said, well, whoever asks should pay, from what you answered, you said, well, maybe one of you asked one time. The whole whoever asks thing, your answer may as well be men should pay. If it's whoever asks, if you never ask men.
Well, not never. Not never.
Okay, but men overwhelmingly are the ones that initiate.
Yes, and she just completely answered that question.
It's an ish test. I'll curse here for the sake of it. It's a shit test. That's what we're doing. Like, we're shit testing these men, right? Because it's like, as a woman, if you invite a man out, you should be just ethically prepared to pay for that date if you ask him out, right? Do we actually want for the man to let us pay?
No.
Typically, no.
Right?
So, like,
no.
we're testing them. So
No.
this is like, if you fail this test, like, then we don't want to continue seeing you kind of thing.
Well,
Isn't that crazy that we play these mind games?
I think that we're being, I don't even want to say smart right here, but like the instance that, I suggested to my friend, like, hey, let's go see this movie. And he was like, okay. Before we even got to the movie theater, I had bought the tickets online. Like, I wanted to do that for whatever reason. I wish I could share that now. I don't know why, because I know if we got to the movie, he would have paid. But possibly because we were friends before, and it was kind of first.
I think like what they're just trying, because it's a male viewership. I think what we're trying to say is like, pay for the date, even if we say that we're going to pay for it because it's a test. At the same time, though, like, there are some issues when it comes to we want equality with men. Yeah. But then we're like, except for
Disavow.
these things. Except for these double standards that happen to benefit us, and then we don't want equality with men. So I think we just need to fess up to that. And if we have like internalized feminism, because we talk about internalized misogyny all the time, I think if we have internalized feminism, we also need to like kind of check that.
Do you consider yourself a feminist?
No, definitely not. Like, not in any way, shape, or form.
Do you think that men and women are equal?
No, we're different. Like, we're equal in importance for the human race, but we're not equal by design, and that's okay. We're apples and oranges. I don't want to compete with a man.
I totally agree.
Chivalry is dead, and women killed it.
Yes.
I don't think, men, you need to protect yourselves, because men, the big thing men care about respect, and men don't want to be made out to be suckers. And the fact of the matter is, when you're back 20, well, it's gotten worse since social media and dating apps. Back 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago, if you went on a first date with a girl, the likelihood that she had a genuine interest in you and wasn't just using you because she was bored, or she wants a free meal, or just the fact that we have so many options today, that the likelihood that any one given first date even ends up becoming a second date is very small. Most first dates don't lead anywhere.
I'm sorry, is that nowadays you're saying?
Nowadays.
Okay.
In the past, you'd maybe go on like 3 first dates and then you're married. Now motherfuckers be going on 3 dates a week.
Yeah.
And men, you need to protect here's my thing. Are you probably going to lose girls if you don't pay for the date? Yes. However, it's a matter of principle. I'm not going to be paying for a girl on a date that's f***ing another dude, and most of these chicks are f***ing other dudes. Like, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
A lot of girls, most girls have some dude that they're sleeping with, or they're dating other guys. I'm not going to adhere to my traditional gender roles with a woman that's not adhering to hers. In other words, basically not being promiscuous. Most women are promiscuous.
So
so are guys. I'm dating a guy
No,
who's probably
that's
dating a
not
couple
true.
other-
That's
That
actually
is
not true. There are more women who are promiscuous than there are men.
Okay,
most
but-
men have no options, whereas take an average woman. If you take an average woman, she has the equivalent sexual pull of a male celebrity.
I see your point here, but I'm going on a date with a guy and he goes out the next night and we're not, exclusive or anything. And some 8 throws herself at him. He's going to take it because like you said, men are easier than women are.
Right, but there's the value exchange on the first date. Y'all just said you want men to pay for the first date. Why should the guy, you're adhering to your traditional gender roles. You are giving value by paying for the date. So as a woman, like if the guy he's other chicks, but he still pays for the date, like you're not made out to necessarily be a sucker in that situation. Whereas men are going on $50, $100, $150 sushi dates and shit. I don't think you should be going on dinner dates, but a lot of guys are going to do that. And a lot of women can command men that will do that.
So
I think
like
the better
I said,
question is like why do you deserve, as the company, the guest, why do you deserve that man to pay for that first date?
like I said, it was controversial. You asked what my most
No, I'm talking.
controversial take was,
we're not talking.
I
We're like
think
way
that-
past.
Well, that's
what you
for the
brought
man
up.
to decide.
No, hold on. Like we're way past the point that you brought up, right? This is a genuine question, and we should be able to answer this, like as people that are dating, right? Why do we deserve for that man to pay for that first date?
I bring a lot to the table. I think that that's just, like I said, I'm more of a traditional woman, and I think that that is what I expect. It's just what I expect.
Okay. So, like, I live in the Midwest. I talk to trad cons. Traditional women, typically, like, that actual standard, the benchmark, is if she saved herself for marriage. Point blank, period, the end, right?
Well, of course, that's why I said more traditional.
Yeah, okay.
More
so,
on that. It's a spectrum now.
Yeah, so
It's been a little...
I like, why can't we
disheveled
answer this
throughout the
simple
years.
question? Like, it's a very simple question. Why do we deserve for that man to pay for that first date?
I
Like,
just
think
said-
about...
They don't.
I brought...
The
I
second
bring
he
a ton
asked
to
me
the
on a
table.
date, that's when I earned
I
it.
don't think that's
like,
enough.
that doesn't make any sense. Like think about this. Like, you're spending time. Time is a finite resource. You don't get it back. We're all gonna die one day. Each second is valuable.
For sure, but women also spend time and money on their appearance and looks,
Like,
and
but
sure, men do too. But think about the money that goes into the vanity that we all have to deal with every day.
Okay.
That's just
Hold
a
on,
bad
but-
explanation. Like,
But I think it's
hold
such a
on.
silly question.
No, it's not.
Wait,
Why
let-
is that a silly question? Because it's like we would tell them the same thing. Like we would quickly tell a man, I deserve for you to pay the first date, and we can't even say why.
I
Right? Like
think
what
Brian
are
is
you
trying to
bringing to
talk.
the okay? But this is a simple question. You say like, I bring a pleasant time. I bring a good time. I bring good banter. I'm easy on the eyes. Why can't we articulate these things? Are
What's
we
the
not
answer you're
bringing
looking
anything?
for? That I'm a virgin?
No.
I'm confused because you agree with us. A man should pay on the first date.
Yes.
I'm so confused. What is
No.
the answer you'd like to hear right now?
Because it's crazy that we cannot articulate as women who are dating why we deserve for that man to pay for that first date. I just gave you guys like a pretty substantial. Substantial. I gave us like a pretty substantial answer. You bring a good time, a pleasant demeanor, good banter, genuine desire, you think he's attractive. Why can't we say that? But men automatically know they have to pay for a date. We should know why we deserve that time paid for.
That was my first answer.